So now we are in Exodus chapter 8. Here we're going to see God has started just letting his plagues to come upon the people of Egypt, Pharaoh and his people. First, the Nile has turned into blood. Now in chapter 8, we're going to see where God is going to release frogs into the home of the king, the palace, onto their oven, their beds, everywhere to discomfort them, that they will not have peace. But Pharaoh's heart still remained hardened. Let's go along and see. In verse 3, the Nile will team up with frogs. They will come up into your palace and your bedroom and onto your bed and into the houses of your officials and on your people and into your ovens and kneading troughs. The frogs will come upon you and your people and all your officials. In verse 5, the Lord said to Moses, tell Aaron, stretch out your hand with your staff over the streams and canals and ponds and make frogs come up on the land of Egypt. So Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land. But the magicians did the same things. By their secret acts, they also made frogs come up on the land of Egypt. Pharaoh commanded Moses and Aaron and said, pray to the Lord to take the frogs away from me and my people, and I will let your people go to offer sacrifices to the Lord. But this was a deceit. When the frogs came, even his magicians did the same thing, but they were all in torment. They couldn't stand the frogs. So he told Moses and Aaron, pray to your God to let these frogs go away, and I will let the people go pray to him. But this was a deceit. He just wanted the frogs to go, but he's not going to let the people go. So let's go ahead and see. In verse 10, tomorrow, Pharaoh said to Moses, replied. Tomorrow, Pharaoh said, Moses replied, it will be as you say, so that you may know there is no one like the Lord our God. The frogs will leave you and your houses, your officials and your people. They will remain only in the Nile. So you see, Moses still gave a condition because he was not even sure of what he was saying, that he will let the people go. So he said, okay, I will pray to God. He will let the frogs out of your homes and your officials' home, but it will remain in the Nile. And the Lord did what Moses asked. The frogs died in the houses, in the courtyards, and in the fields. They were piled into heaps, and the land reeked of them. But when Pharaoh saw that there was relief, he hardened his heart and would not listen to Moses and Aaron, just as the Lord has said. So I said it. The word of the Lord will not go empty and void. It will accomplish that what he has sent it for. So that is what is happening. Then the Lord said to Moses, tell Aaron, stretch out your staff and strike the dust of the ground and throughout the land of Egypt, and dust will become gnats. They did this, and when Aaron stretched out his hand with his staff and struck the dust of the ground, gnats came on people and animals. All the dust throughout the land of Egypt became gnats. But when the magicians tried to produce gnats by their secret arts, they could not, since the gnats were on people and animals everywhere. The magician said to Pharaoh, this is the finger of God. But Pharaoh's heart was hard, and he would not listen, just as the Lord has said. So you see, now the magicians could not put up with the third plague. They can't stand it. And they themselves recognize it's the finger of God. And they told Pharaoh, this is the finger of the Lord. And Pharaoh said, I will not let those people go. In verse 21, if you do not let my people go, I will send swarms of flies on you and your officials, on your people, and into your houses. The houses of Egyptians will be full of flies. Even the ground will be covered with them. The fourth plague. But on that day, I will deal differently with the land of Goshen, where my people live. No swarm of flies will be there, so that you will know that I, the Lord, I am the Lord in this land. I am in this land. So you see, God now has started separating. The plague is coming upon only the Egyptians, but where the Israelites stay, nothing. So it's going to start with this number 4th plague. No flies will be in their own place, but it's going to be all over Egypt. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, "Go sacrifice to your God here in the land." But Moses said, "That will not be right. The sacrifice we offer the Lord our God will be detestable to the Egyptians. And if we offer sacrifices that are detestable in their eyes, will they not stone us?" So that was just, a trick Moses too played on him, because he doesn't want to listen to him. He has to abide by the word of God, because God said they had to go. The people has to go sacrifice and pray to him in the wilderness, not in the land of Egypt. And because Pharaoh doesn't want these people to go, he said Moses should go and offer sacrifice in the land of Egypt. And Moses said, if we sacrifice here, the sacrifice we do will be detestable, will not be good in the sight of the Egyptians, and they will stone us, and we don't want that. So Pharaoh said, "I will let you go to offer sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness, but you must not go very far. Now pray for me." He's still giving conditions. You can go, but not far. But now you have to pray for me. That is Pharaoh saying this to Moses and Aaron. Moses answered, "As soon as I leave you, I will pray to the Lord. And tomorrow the flies will leave Pharaoh and his officials and his people. Only let Pharaoh be sure that he does not act deceitfully again by not letting the people go to offer sacrifices to the Lord." Then Moses left Pharaoh and prayed to the Lord. And the Lord did what Moses asked. And the flies left Pharaoh and his officials and his people. Not a fly remained. But this time also, Pharaoh hardened his heart and would not let the people go. So like this situation of Pharaoh is the situation of some people today, and even some people that call themselves Christians, followers of Christ. Go to church, pray to God, use the Bible, read the Bible, but they don't go according to the word of God. Why? Because they don't believe in what they are doing. They are doing it for the eyesight of men, for this world, not for their salvation. And this is very bad, not too good, not good at all. The minute Pharaoh has one plague, he asks Moses to pray and prays to God, and God lets these things to go away and they get their peace. He will not let the people go. He kept on doing this over and again. But again, God has said it. I will make his heart hardened, and he will not let these people go until I show him all my mighty hands, and he will know that I am the Lord, and I am with his people, my people, and I am on this his land. And that was the end of chapter 8. Thank you. I see you in the next video and the next chapter. Bye bye.